कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, the creation of the fourth order, Chapter 26, King Puranjan goes to the forest to hunt, verse number 11. Tata Shutrat Parishranto Nivritto Graham Evan Kritasnano Chitahara Samvivesha Gata Klama Tata Shutrat Parishranto Nivrito Gramevan Kritasnano Chittahara Samvivesha Gata Klama Tata Shutrit Parishranto Nivritto Gramevan Kritasnano Chittahara सन्विवेशगतक्लम ततः श्रुतपरिश्रान्तो निवृत्तो गृहम् एवान् कृतस्नानोचित्तहारः सन्विवेशगतक्लम ततः श्रुतपरिश्रान्तो निवृत्तो गृहम् एवान् कृतस्नानोचित्तहारः सन्विवेशगतक्लम ततः श्रुतपरिश्रान्तो निवृत्तो ग्राहम् एवान् कृतस्नानोचित्ताहारः सन्विवेशगतक्लम ततः thereafter Shruth by hunger, Trit thirst, Parishranta being too fatigued, Nivritta having ceased, Graham Evan came back to his home, Krita taken, Snana bath, Uchit Ahara exactly required foodstuffs, Sanvishesha took rest, Gataklama freed from all fatigue. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. After this, the king, very much fatigued, hungry, and thirsty, returned to his royal palace. After returning, he took a bath and had an appropriate dinner. Then he took rest and thus became freed from all restlessness. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. A materialistic person works throughout the whole week very, very hard. He is always asking, where is money? Where is money? Then at the end of the week, he wants to retire from these activities and go to some secluded place to rest. King Puranjan returned to his home because he was very much fatigued from hunting animals in the forest. In this way, his conscience came to stop him from committing further sinful activities and make him return home. In Bhagavad Gita, materialistic persons are described as dushkritina, which indicate those who are always engaged in sinful activities. When a person comes to his senses and understands how he is engaging in sinful activities, he returns to his conscience, which is herein figuratively described as the palace. Generally, a materialistic person is infected by the material modes of passion and ignorance. The results of passion and ignorance are lust and greed. In the life of a materialist, activity means working in lust and greed. However, when he comes to his senses, he wants to retire. According to Vedic civilization, such retirement is positively recommended. And this portion of life is called Vanprasth. Retire, Retirement is absolutely necessary for a materialist who wants to become free from the activities of a sinful life. King Puranjan's coming home, taking bath, and having an appropriate dinner indicate that a materialistic person must retire from sinful activities and become purified by accepting a spiritual master and hearing from him about the values of life. If one would do this, he would feel completely refreshed, just as one feels after taking a bath. After receiving initiation from a bona fide spiritual master, one must abandon all kinds of sinful activities, namely illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, and meat eating. The word uchit ahara used in this verse is important. Uchit means appropriate. One must eat appropriately and not take after food as hogs take after stool. For a human being, there are eatables described in Bhagavad Gita 17.8 as sattvic ahar or food in the mode of goodness. One should indulge in eating food in the mode, sorry, one should not indulge in eating food in the modes of passion and ignorance. This is called uchit ahar or appropriate eating. One who is always eating meat or drinking liquor, which is eating and drinking in passion and ignorance, must give these things up so that his real consciousness may be awakened. In this way, one may become peaceful and refreshed. If one is restless or fatigued, one cannot understand the science of God. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.20, Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogata bhagavad tattva vijnana mukta sangasya jayate. Unless one can become free from the influence of passion and ignorance, he cannot be pacified. And without being pacified, one cannot understand the science of God. King Puranjana's returning home is indicative of man's returning to his original consciousness, known as Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is absolutely necessary for one who has committed a lot of sinful activities, especially killing animals or hunting in the forest. Sorry. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षु उन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नामस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So we are continuing to read the story of Puranjan, and we read how Puranjan went to the forest for hunting and he killed many animals. And now we are reading that finally he is tired, he is fatigued, he is hungry, he is thirsty. So he comes back to the Mahal, the royal palace. There he takes bath and eats dinner, takes rest, and becomes pacified. So this is the circle and cycle of bhoga and tyaga. A materialistic person, he does lots of bhoga, sense gratification, enjoys his senses, and then he wants to renounce and take a vacation from whatever he is doing and take rest. For example, people work very hard for the 5 days of the week. Work, 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 money, 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 profit, 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 deadline, 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 performance, performance, performance. Then Saturday, Sunday, absolutely no work, vacation, go to a secluded place, not talk to anybody, sit beside the beach or the sun or a bungalow in a garden, keep away your phone and sleep. Bhoga and Tyaga. And after 2 days of vacation, you cannot continue the vacation. You come back again, work, work, work. So neither you can work continuously nor you can have vacation continuously. You get tired from work, so you go to vacation. You get tired from vacation, you come back for work. Nothing is permanently satisfying. A person who opens a shop very enthusiastically in the morning, that I will open a shop and customers will come and I will sell and I will earn money. After 8 to 10 hours, he's waiting, when will I close the shop? When will customers stop coming so that I can stop the sales and go back to home? So, no activity a materialist person in the material world can do continuously. The very activity which gives us joy, after some time gives us distress. And the very activity which is giving us distress, we pick it up again, hoping that it will give us joy. The same activity gave you distress already. Well, why you are picking it up again? Or maybe now I will get joy again. This is called chewing the chewed. Somebody picks up a sugar cane and chews, chewing, chewing, chewing. All the juice is there, sweet sugarcane juice, and he throws. No more juice. Next person comes and picks it up again. Maybe some juice is still left. And he chewing, chew, 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 little juice comes out. And he again throws. Then third person comes. Maybe some more is left. Again chewing, chewing, chewing. Everybody is coming chewing this material world. Some juice is left, some juice is left. Bhoga and Tyaga. A donkey, male donkey goes to female donkey, hoping that he will get some pleasure. And the female donkey kicks the male donkey very hard. And he goes away. After 10 minutes, come back to the same female donkey. Maybe now I'll get pleasure. Again she kicks, again he goes away. And this is going on every day. This is a cycle of bhoga and tyaga. I eat a gulab jamun, wow. Second, wow. Third, amazing. Fourth, excellent. Fifth, first class. Sixth, I don't want. And if somebody now puts it in your mouth by force, there will be a fight. So whatever we enjoy, there is something called law of diminishing utility. Whatever we enjoy, the enjoyment eventually diminishes. And the same object we renounce, become happy. The very object I accept gives me happiness. After few times, the very object I throw out gives me happiness. So bhoga and tyaga is both for happiness. Accepting a sense object so that I am happy, throwing the sense object so I am happy. It's all happiness, distress. Bhoga, tyaga is a cycle. It is all imagination. There is no real happiness. It is illusion. It is a dream. It is an imagination. Nobody has received happiness till now in this world because it doesn't exist. Dukhalayam ashashvatam. Happiness doesn't exist. If you have received, then what you have received is illusion in the name of happiness. You are imagining that you are happy by eating a rasgulla, by going on a park, by reading a book, by enjoying a movie, by having friends or relatives or partners, it is or eating something or it is or music. It is never there is no thing called happiness existing. The product doesn't exist. It is fake. So then why does the material how does he motivate himself every day to search for this happiness, to enjoy the senses? That is passion and ignorance. The mode of passion and the mode of ignorance give lust and greed. And lust means intense desire to enjoy, and greed means I want more. So lust means I want first this item. Greed means I want more of this quantity. Lust means I want to get a job. Greed means I want to increase the salary. Lust means I want to get an object. Greed means I want to increase the quantity of that object. More and more. The child wants ice cream intensely. That is lust. And when the father gives ice cream, the child says, thank you to the father. No, the child says, one more. That is greed. Next day again, he says, reminds the father, yesterday you gave me ice cream, today also I want. So whenever the father takes the car out, the child thinks, I will go with the father, I will get ice cream. Every time the car is out of the house, garage, the child gets a click, a trigger. Yes, ice cream now. So the child cries, I want to go out with the father because he knows once I go out, I can make him purchase an ice cream. So lust and greed, passion and ignorance, desire and enjoy more and more. That is bhoga. And then vacation. Enough. Bus ho gaya. Now I want peace. No partying, no friends, no partner, isolated, secluded. I just sit quiet. Tyaga, bhoga, tyaga, bhoga, tyaga. One has to retire from this cycle of bhoga and tyaga. Stop this bhoga and tyaga. Stop the sinful activities and serve Krishna. That retirement and going back to Krishna is the main theme of this verse. Puranjan retired. He's tired of killing animals. He's fatigued. He's hungry. He's thirsty. So he says, enough now. And he comes back to his royal palace. He takes bath. He eats dinner. He goes to bed. And he becomes peaceful. So coming back to royal palace means the living entity comes back to his conscience that enough sinful activity, especially meat eating, hunting animals, chasing after women, intoxication, gambling, somewhere we have to come to our senses. Enough of working hard, enough of earning money, enough of gaining reputation, enough of amassing possessions, enough of shopping, enough of credit cards, enough of home loans and other loans, and enough of new model of car and new model of mobile, enough of fashionable clothes and enough of jewelry, and enough of eating in the restaurant. Let me retire. It's enough. The hippies in America, when Prabhupada visited, they were halfway. They were from rich families, having all the comforts and luxuries. And they said, enough of all this. So much so that they started staying on the street. But they did a mistake. They took to drugs. So they were halfway, but they didn't have another option. So they took to drugs and sex and alcohol and smoking cigarette. And here comes Prabhupada, gives them an alternative, Krishna consciousness. And we see ISKCON is started with hippies because they were enough of bhoga but not having guidance. Prabhupada gave them guidance. So that is Vanaprasth. When we retire from active social life, active earning life, active social obligations, husband and wife both just execute pure Krishna consciousness, not interfering with children's families, not trying to amass more wealth, not trying to physically please each other, not trying to have luxurious life, but austere life of eating simple, doing pilgrimage, yatras together, taking bath in holy river, associating with sadhu, serving in temples, hearing Bhagavatam class, chanting Hare Krishna, as retired life or Vanaprastha life, where a person is no longer involved in materialistic activities. So Puranjan coming back to the palace means coming back to the senses that enough of the sinful life. Conscience is nothing but Paramatma. Each one of us are staying in the region of the heart, the soul, with super soul, Paramatma, since millions of years. And Paramatma is inside us to speak to us, to tell us, stop this sinful life, stop this suffering life, stop this enjoyment, stop this materialistic ambitions, and come to me. I am your friend. I am your best friend. I am your only friend. I am your suhard, your well-wisher. Come to me. Don't be a bad boy. Don't speak lies. Don't be lazy. Don't be unclean. Don't do violence. Don't eat meat. Don't gamble. Don't drink alcohol. And we tell Paramatma, chup bet. Stop talking. Keep quiet. I don't want to hear from you. You're speaking too much, too loud. And we turn off the volume, make it zero. Why? So that we can perform sinful activities. If a person doesn't turn off the volume, he cannot perform sinful activities because Paramatma will create so much guilt that one will have sleepless nights. That is conscience, our friend who pinches us inside over a single lie, over a single violence, over a single sinful activity. The Paramatma pinches so hard that we cannot survive the sleep. We cannot sleep. So being in touch with Paramatma means nishpap, sinless life. A person who is in touch with Paramatma cannot do a sinful activity. Impossible. Cannot do. The pinch is very, very heavy. So conditioned soul turns off Paramatma. You keep quiet because if you keep speaking, I cannot enjoy. Let me share you one experience. Once I was just taking a walk, and on my one side there was a small garden, and one of the plant, the leaf was coming outside the border of the garden. So when I walked, I just touched the leaf, and while touching, I hold the leaf and it broke. That is giving pain to the plant. But I thought happens. I didn't try to pull, it just broke. So I continued my walk, but I was feeling very, very guilty that I gave pain to the plant, and I was feeling very restless. I couldn't walk, but I forced myself to continue the walk and met some devotees, just general talk with them, do some service, took shower, went to my room to eat. But this thought was not going at all, not going at all. I was trying to ignore it. What is a big deal? One leaf got broken. That too, I didn't try to pull. It just happened. I didn't commit the mistake. It is not my mistake. It is natural. But Paramatma didn't left me. I couldn't sleep at night. I struggled it till night 11 o'clock. Finally, 11, 12 o'clock, I came down, paid obeisances to the tree, begged forgiveness, went back. Then I could sleep. Paramatma is so powerful. If we turn on the volume, he speaks so loudly you cannot sleep. You cannot next time think of touching a plant because he will not allow you to do violence, not allow you to hurt anybody. So conscience, intelligence, intelligence, subuddhi is representation of Paramatma to help us to discriminate between good karma and bad karma, right and wrong, true and false, to not speak lies, to not hurt anybody, to not give pain to anybody. So Puranjan going back to the palace means a person coming back to his senses that let me be a good boy, let me listen to my super soul, let me not hurt these animals, let me not hunt these animals, let me not kill these animals, let me stop sinful life, let me stop sensual life. Let me stop amassing sense objects. Let me cut this attachment to material sense gratification. But many times we don't listen to Paramatma. And Paramatma is trying hard. So, but when we don't listen, we disconnect, we reduce the volume to zero. Paramatma jumps out. And that representation is called Guru, the spiritual master, the sadhu, and the Shastra. Paramatma jumps out as three. So from outside, the Guru says, be a good boy. From outside, the Sadhu says, stop sinful life. And outside, the scriptures say, stop sinful life, stop enjoyment, stop possession, stop materialistic life. And now we cannot avoid to listen because this is external. That is Bhagavatam class. That is Bhagavatam book. And that is spiritual master. So that is called taking bath, becoming clean, bathed with the transcendental sound vibration. And when this transcendental sound vibration enters our ears, from ears the Bhagavatam enters to the heart. Now the soul is purified, the consciousness is purified. The same thing which is Paramatma telling us since millions of years inside, and we are not listening, is told by a sadhu, told by a Bhagavatam, and told by a guru. Now, if we listen, it is like taking bath. Puranjan took bath, means he accepted a bona fide spiritual master and purified himself. Because spiritual master, a sadhu, what will he say first thing? Stop sinful activity. Stop sinful earning. Stop eating meat. Stop taking intoxicants, gambling, illicit sex, and chant Hare Krishna. That is a real sadhu. If a real sadhu, if a so-called sadhu says, "Don't worry, I know it is a difficult to give up. Just continue and give me some dakshina. I will pray for you." That is not a sadhu. That is a businessman who is just waiting to earn money by giving soft instructions so that a person feels flattered that yes, I am a dharmic person. So what? I smoke sometimes. So what? I eat meat sometimes. The sadhu is happy with me, so I must be good person. Otherwise, why is happy? But he's happy because he's getting envelopes and dakshina. That is so-called sadhu, so-called businessman. Real sadhu will speak sharply that stop your nonsense, give up nonsense habits, and chant Hare Krishna. Taking initiation, taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, receiving Diksha and receiving Shiksha. We have in ISKCON Diksha Guru and we have Shiksha Guru. We have seniors who give Bhagavatam classes, who counsel us, who help us to receive knowledge, who answer our questions. They are our well-wishers. They want us to grow in spiritual life. So it is must to surrender and obey. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when his father left his body, Jagannath Mishra, he wanted to go to Gaya to do Shraddha for his father. So he went to Gaya and he did the Shraddha in the main ghats. And then he went to the temple where there is darshan of lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. And there are so many brahmanas and scholars worshipping the lotus feet with so many tulsi leaves and water or abhishek and flowers and fruits and dry fruits and opulent foodstuff and chanting mantras and shlokas and prayers. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the lotus feet of Vishnu, which are not ordinary. Any water which touches the lotus feet of Vishnu become Mother Ganges, Charnamrit, which can purify all the sinful souls. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered many prayers to lotus feet of Vishnu, which are so nicely worshipped by Mother Lakshmi. She always passages the lotus feet of Vishnu, which are taken on the head by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva and the four Kumaras and all the demigods and all the Acharyas and Rishi Munis. And there were tears coming from the eyes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in ecstasy, like rain. And all the visitors and devotees were surprised. How can somebody in ecstasy cry so much? At that time arrived Ishwar Puri in ecstasy of Krishna Prem, always shaking his head and body. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got so pleased to see Ishwar Puri, he paid him obeisances and Ishwar Puri embraced him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "My dear Ishwar Puri Maharaj, I came to Gaya to perform Shraddh for my father, to liberate him. But after seeing you, millions of my ancestors are liberated. Because serving and seeing a pure Vaishnava is much, much more purifying than even taking bath in Ganga or doing any rituals of Shraddha." He said, "I am so happy to see you." Ishwar Puri said, "Nimai, I am happy to see you as well. I know who are you. And yesterday I had a dream. Krishna came in my dream, so I knew some good news will happen today. And today I am seeing you. I am so happy." And they embraced and they talked. And then Ishwar Puri left. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued. In many ghats he went to perform Shraddh and give charity. And in the noon time he reached his room. He took shower and he started cooking for himself. After the cooking was over and he offered, Ishwar Puri again came to his room, chanting and dancing. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu welcomed him and offered him a seat and washed his feet. And Ishwar Puri saw the cooking is done, offering is done. So he joked. He said, "Pandita, I think I have come on a right time." Chaitanya said, "Yes, yes, you have come on a right time. This is lunch time. I request you, please, I beg you, please have prasad here." He said, "No, no, no, I don't want to eat." He said, "Please, please have. I'll be very happy. you have prasad, I'll be honored. He said, no, you have cooked for yourself. If I have, then what will you have? Chaitanya said, that's not a big deal. I will cook again for myself. That doesn't take much time. But if you have, I'll be so happy. Vishnu said, no, no, you don't cook again. Why don't you do one thing? Whatever you have cooked, make half half. Half I take, half you take. Chaitanya said, I made only for one person. If you make half half, both will be hungry. So you take, I will cook again. And with so much love, he gave full plate, one by one item to Ishwar Puri, and he ate everything. Chaitanya was teaching how to serve the spiritual master with everything you have. And then he washed his feet and gave him garland and chandan. And Ishwarpuri said, okay, I am going. And he left. Mother Lakshmi in Vaikunta, she saw the whole pastime in her CCTV live telecast. She felt very bad that Mahaprabhu will have to cook again. So she came invisibly in the kitchen of Mahaprabhu, cooked a fantastic meal and left so that Mahaprabhu doesn't have to cook again. So next day morning, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was coming from the river. Again he met Ishwarpuri, who is chanting and dancing and laughing. He paid obeisances. He said, my dear Guru Maharaj, please give me initiation. Please give me the mantra. Please give me the holy name. Ishwarpuri said, Pandita, I know you are Supreme Personality of Godhead. And I know this is your pastime, that you are accepting a spiritual master, even though you don't require. And I will cooperate in your pastime. I will give you Diksha. Just go and take bath in the river. And he took bath and he came back and he gave him Harinam, he gave him mantra. And that's how humbly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted a bona fide spiritual master. He doesn't require. Lord Ramchandra accepted bona fide spiritual master, Vasisht Muni and Vishwamitra. He doesn't require. Krishna Balram studied under Sandipani Muni. They don't require. Why? To teach us that when we come in human society, we accept bona fide spiritual master. Who are you not to accept? So the conscience helps us to purify, come out of sinful tendencies, and we accept the association of devotees, surrender to Krishna through a bona fide spiritual master. And what do we do in that relationship? Pariprashnena sevaya. We ask questions and inquire and do service. When Sanatana Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he paid him obeisances. He said, my dear Lord, who am I? Everybody thinks I am a scholar. They come and interact with me and read scriptures with me, and I give Bhagavatam classes. But actually, I am a fool because I don't know who am I. I don't know what is my goal of life. I don't know why so much distress is happening to me when I don't want the distress. Please answer me this question. Sanatan Goswami is a pure devotee, scholar, but he's asking these questions. Who am I? What is goal of life? And why there is distress? He is teaching us how a devotee should behave in front of a spiritual master. He should ask questions and receive instructions, and he should follow those instructions and offer service, and then he is blessed and he grows in Krishna consciousness. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu answered him, and that became Hari Bhakti Vilas and other Brihad Bhagavatamrita and other books which are so great. And we see whole Bhagavatam is nobody's giving class. It is all question answer. Shaunak Rishi is asking question to Sutta Goswami. Parikshit Maharaj is asking question to Shukadeva Goswami. Vidura is asking question to Maitreya Rishi. Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking question to Narad Muni. Narad Muni is asking question to Brahma. Brahma is asking question to Krishna. Four Kumaras are asking to Brahma. Vyasdev is asking to Narad Muni. Everybody is asking question and answer. And that is the way to receive knowledge, to ask questions, relevant questions for our spiritual growth. We ask questions, we get answers, we get instructions, we get advice, and we get blessings. That is how the relationship exists between Guru and Shishya. Pariprashtena sevaya. So Paramatma in the heart, who is our Suhard, well-wisher, he jumps out and he comes out as a sadhu, Guru and Shastra who tell us, Prabhu, please chant Hare. Please get up in the morning. Please follow four regulative principles. Please pay obeisances to Krishna. They are our real well-wishers. No business talks, no talk of fruitive activity or mental speculation or material profit or material welfare or material comfort or how is weather and how is life. That's there as part of conversation, but that's not the purpose of that association. So, a conditioned soul, when he comes in contact with a bona fide spiritual master and receives shiksha and instruction, that is his real spiritual life, that is the beginning. And when it commits that whole life, I will do this, that is initiation, where he surrenders and takes vow in front of Agni, in front of deity, in front of demigods, in front of Vaishnavas, and the spiritual master and Acharya, that yes, I will every day chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on beads and follow four regulative principles. No more sinful life. Especially ahar, uchit ahar. Here it is said Puranjan after taking bath had an appropriate diet, sattvic prasad offered to Krishna. No more meat eating, no more restaurant food, no more smoking, no more tea, coffee, no more onion garlic, no more eggs and fish, no more unoffered fruits, nothing. Everything offered to Krishna, sattvic, which Krishna likes to have, properly offered with Tulsi Maharani and honor prasadam. That purifies the tongue, that purifies the senses, that purifies the income, that purifies the kitchen, that purifies the whole family. And without this uchit ahar, without this purification, without coming out of passion and ignorance, without a life in mode of goodness, one cannot think of advancing in Krishna consciousness. Even chanting will be less effective if we don't follow four regulative principles, if we are continuously in passion and ignorance. So we may get admission into the process of chanting, but we have to cross mode of goodness, we have to come to mode of goodness, then only we can fly. If you want to go outside Auckland to the another country, you have to take a flight from the airport. The journey starts from home in the car, but car cannot fly. The car has to take you to the airport and flight will fly. So the journey of Krishna consciousness has started by chanting an association of devotees. But that journey is to go to the airport. And that airport is mode of goodness. And in goodness, in airport, there is flight to go to transcendence out of Auckland. So devotees who start chanting, they are in car, not in plane. But the journey has started. So they come to mode of goodness, that is the airport, and there they will take a flight and they will go to transcendence, back home, back to body. So we have to come to mode of goodness. And that happens by uchit ahar, by practicing four regulative principles, by remaining clean internally and externally, by simple living and high thinking. Otherwise, spiritual knowledge is difficult to understand. Bhagavatam is difficult to understand. And it is absolutely necessary to give up sinful activities. And the only way is to take up Krishna consciousness. If somebody is sinful and he doesn't take up Krishna consciousness, then he will go to Narak Loka, hellish planet, and he will suffer. Then he will go to lower species and he will suffer more. And the cycle of suffering will continue. And again, in the womb of the mother, another suffering. Any intelligent man should decide enough of this suffering, enough of this hellish planet, enough of this passion and ignorance, enough of this sense enjoyment, enough of this sinful life, enough of this fruitive activities. Now I want to serve Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful that anybody who comes to this conscience immediately can become purified just adding Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to one's life. One life is sufficient. Next few years, if we chant every day Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, whatever is our age, how many more years we have? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Next few years, 30 years average, just chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds every day. At the end of life, you will see Krishna face to face. Just 30 years more संभालने का है. Just 30 years more, we have to be careful. Is it a big time? Is it a too difficult process? Just few more years, chant Hare Krishna and see Krishna face to face. But if we miss this, then after few years, we see Yamaraj face to face, Yamdutas face to face. Choice is ours. So we got this human form of life. We should not miss this. We should not take birth again. We should be serious candidates of spiritual advancement. We should retire from all this sinful sense enjoyment and go and practice Krishna consciousness and go back to Krishna. So like Puranjan, he's tired of hunting and is hungry and thirsty. He comes back, takes shower in his palace and eats dinner and takes rest. So we should be tired of our sense enjoyment, tired of possessing sense objects, tired of ownership of I, me, my, mine, and come to our senses, start practicing seriously Krishna consciousness in association of devotees and go back to Krishna. That is a facility available by coming to ISKCON Auckland, by coming to ISKCON centers. That's very great fortune for us to come in contact with association of devotees. So we should continue this association. Okay, we end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any comments or questions? Yes. How we can relate? Sorry, how we can re-elect? Yeah. No, so this is Prabhupada mentioning in the context of Puranjan who has hunted animals and a modern civilization who is eating meat. So this is indicative that for those who hunt animals or eat meat, the only way out is Krishna consciousness. If you are not hunting animals, if you are not eating meat, but still we are doing other sinful activities, or we are just doing materialistic endeavors, Krishna consciousness is absolutely necessary for us as well. It is not optional. It is for everybody. This is in the context about those who hunt animals or eat meat, like Puranjan was doing. But Krishna consciousness is absolutely necessary for everybody. Even if somebody is a very good character, kind person, following all the four regulative principles, but not practicing Krishna consciousness, he will also continue cycle of birth and death. So Krishna is absolutely necessary for everybody. So just like there are some uh, protective laws, but those who are more vulnerable, for them is absolutely necessary, but it's necessary for everybody. So those who are more serious, going to hellish planets and suffering, for them it's absolutely necessary, and everybody is part of that. So everybody necessary for everybody. Okay. Yeah. Japa, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and whatever we have possessions attached or earning, use it in the service of Krishna, cows and devotees, and living a very simple, clean life, having prasadam, and hearing because goodness is based on knowledge. So this whole process which we are doing, there is a fastest one life. In fact, If your association with devotees is very fast, in few weeks and months, one can change. There are examples of people who have changed overnight. They come in contact with devotees, gave up all sinful regulations, took bath, and everything is okay. So coming in contact with sadhu, excellent. Yes. Any more questions? Yeah.
Um, should devotees give up the occupation in terms of earning wealth? Uh, if, or should they reduce that if they are earning sufficient or have they have saved sufficient funds? Should they give up that to focus more on Krishna consciousness, or should they reduce that?
Definitely yes. So there are two accounts. Okay, the question is, should devotees who are sufficiently earned money have saved, should they give up or reduce the earning and increase Krishna consciousness? So the answer is definitely yes. There are two accounts. One is bank account and one is bhakti account. So if you have enough in bank account and you are putting more time to earn money and less time in bhakti account, then that is not good. If the question is about maintenance, we should definitely increase our bhakti account and mind well next life, wherever you are born, if you go to the bank to withdraw your previous life bank balance, you will get zero. Bank manager will say, no, we don't know you. You can't say, last life I gave you $1 million. This is my bank account. No, sir, get out. But Krishna is so merciful. If you deposit 30% bhakti in your bhakti account, next life you start from 31%. That 30% is carried forward. So why not earn something permanent? So the goal of life is not earning money. Especially as grastas, we require money to maintain our selves and family, maintain our body and children. But if somebody is fortunate to retire early from earning life and give more time to Krishna consciousness, one should do. Anyway, it is said after brahmachari there is grahast, and after grahast there is vanapras and sannyas. So at age 50, one should retire. So one can retire before 50, that is very nice, because finally Krishna consciousness is the goal of life. Many great kings who were on opulent golden thrones and emperors of the whole planet, they retired. Manu Maharaj retired, Kardam Muni retired, many great personalities retired just to practice Krishna consciousness. So devotees should know there are no two ashrams, brahmachari, three ashrams, brahmachari, grahast and sannyas. These three ashrams are popular in ISKCON, in which brahmacharya ashram in Western countries is reducing. Grahast and sannyasis are visiting, grahastas are maintaining their bhakti. But brahmacharya ashram and vanaprastha ashram, which is third ashram, vanaprastha is very, very important. We should not neglect it. We should retire from active earning life, active social interactions, and increase our Krishna consciousness. Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.